Hi, this is Chris. Welcome back to Team Phoenix. I'm sorry I haven't been around much recently. I've got some ongoing health issues, which are still ongoing, but I'm hoping to be able to post as many videos as I can as time goes on, and hopefully I can get some answers to the issues with my health that I'm looking for. But I just wanted to bring you today something which has just recently come out, only yesterday actually, and it involves our friend Letecia Stauch, who of course is still in the El Paso County Jail in Colorado, no doubt up to no good, causing trouble like she likes to do. So of course Letecia Stauch, she stands accused of killing her stepson Gannon, who was just, as we know, 11 years old. His remains were found in a suitcase in Florida, a long way from Colorado, and that was in March of last year. Of course, this is a case that's gained huge national attention in America and also around the world, and certainly over here in the UK as well. There's always updates about this case. I think a lot of people are keeping a close eye on it as it approaches trial. Now, Letecia recently, of course, she decided to take fate into her own hands, and she was granted the right to represent herself and defend herself. She basically dismissed her legal team. Next court appearance is scheduled for May 20th. It's extremely rare, as far as I know, people defending themselves, but certainly in a case of murder I think that would be extremely rare. I think if she really had any evidence to support her claims of innocence, then she would have surely handed that over to some top lawyers by now, certainly to her legal team, which I don't believe she's done anything like that. She's just tried to lie and make things up like she does, as we know. I don't think she has anything. I don't think she's got any smoking guns or anything like that. So good luck to you, Letecia. Good luck to you. I really don't quite think you know what you're getting yourself into trying to defend yourself, but I'm quite happy. I'm quite happy with the fact that she's trying to do that, to be perfectly honest. So yesterday a letter was unsealed. It was a letter that Letecia wrote to the judge overseeing the case, Judge Gregory Werner. This was back in February of this year. It's only just over a month old. And it makes for some very interesting reading. I'm just going to take a look at the letter in a second. I'll be really interested to know what you think about this letter and the things that Letecia says in this letter. She claims, of course, that she's innocent. She's being wrongfully held in El Paso County Jail. Of course, she's going to say that, right? What else does she say? I'll just take a few notes just to give you a little bit of a heads up before you read it. Now she also claims that the reason she dropped her legal team was because they were in cahoots with the prosecution. She also claims that the doctor who performed her mental competency evaluation, she claimed that she was clearly an actress, and also that she's friends with the DA, and that she's in with the DA. She also talked about a condition that she was diagnosed with in 2016. It's been redacted from this letter, but some kind of mental condition it sounds like. And apparently the school district that she was working for knew all about this, were very supportive. They gave her extra help for this, and they even let her resign under medical circumstances because she was having ongoing reality breaks. And so the school district very, very kindly let her resign on medical grounds because of that. Okay, well, I'll stop waffling on. I'll read the letter to you. You can take a look, and I'd really be interested to know what you think about it in the comments below. Thanks for listening. Okay, so the letter is headed Conflict Hearing Info, and it's dated the 21st of February 2021. It's a 4-page letter, and it's addressed to Judge Werner. So on the 19th of February 2021, I was unable to talk with Judge Bain about my conflicts with my defence team due to 1. The actual privacy of the booth and the transport over. I explained in detail to him expressing my concerns of privacy. 2. I had a very difficult morning mentally because I am not mentally well. One of the main issues with my attorneys is their lack of ability to gather evidence. Due to this, I find little value in the term expert. First, they were unable to obtain my mental health records from Charleston, South Carolina, when I finally paid a firm in South Carolina to obtain them. In 2016, I was diagnosed with, and it's been redacted, and received treatment before work for over 28 hours of care. The school district even provided extra services and later let me medically resign due to the ongoing reality breaks. In 2018, I was hospitalised in Canada, crossing the border for 2 days and completed more OP, outpatient treatment, when I returned. I tell you this because it sets the stage for why I cannot work with my attorneys. I signed release forms for them to get all this information so they would have a better understanding of why I'm all over the place some days. I asked them to use the info from a non-biased doctor who worked with me more than 2 hours, but instead they sent a lady who was clearly an actress and friends with the DA. She spoke about him in an unprofessional manner, their history and his election. Now, I'm sure all this was true, but I thought she worked for the court, not one particular side. My attorneys did this to make me look like a perjurous individual. Instead, it was malfeasance on their part. I have included several reasons to support my claim as I kept a timeline of these conflicts. Communication is broken beyond repair, which is underlined. I explained these issues to Judge Bain, including the lack of access and visitations, in complete detail. Inconsiderate of evidence. Since March 2020, I asked my attorneys to preserve the GameStop footage, to locate the Texas police officer whom I spoke with, and to get the cruise passenger list. Instead, they spent months contacting my family for mitigation. When asked certain things, they kept saying they will let the investigators know. 1 year later, same answer. My evidence. I haven't physically seen any while being held at CJC for 1 year. Yes, COVID, but inmates were still being held as our constitutional rights were adjusted. Overlooking statute and evidence. They overlooked the complete competency statute about video recording. Human error, ? Okay, but this happens often with evidence, in which me, the non-expert, has to provide corrections to evidence. Sharing info. They were texting my family and giving them info that they should not have, causing several disputes. My judge. They filed that motion, knowing this county would not grant me new attorneys, to sabotage my chances of a trial by judge. They knew I wanted to present evidence to him without exposing any info on my son's father. However, they created incorrect conflicts instead of addressing the real issues. They could have filed the pro se only instead of talking about my defence to sabotage my trial by judge. Defences. Indeed, I am innocent, but I will not put myself or others in danger running the defence against my biological son when the system is letting 2 men run free who are involved. One is a prominent member of an independent business. They use the NGRI to get a hearing, knowing I'm not guilty, to cover up their lack of representation. Although I had bouts of insanity, and still do, I did not murder or abuse anyone, nor would, presumably nor would that be a defence, because it's my understanding that you actually did do it. However, I will protect my bio son, and I will protect the drugs and violence documented from my stepson. The truth is, the court is holding the wrong person and for the wrong crimes. This whole process has been nefarious, from denying me an attorney, threatening me in the bathroom away from cameras to confess, taking advantage of me being delusional, threatening my other kids' freedom or else, etc. I am going to keep making it known, sir, just how much the state has done in this wrongful incarceration. I will continue to be an advocate for myself because I am not a murderer, and the level that the prosecution goes through to promote a wrongful conviction is absurd. Truth is, they could see a video from someone else and they would dismiss that person as a lunatic. They have far too much invested in this wrongful incarceration to admit they were or are wrong. For these reasons, and because my defence team is in cahoots with them, I am left with no other choice but to represent myself. Denying me my rights under the Constitution has happened throughout this process, from the detectives, the jail, and now my legal team. Every day I am getting worse mentally due to inadequate representation and being held hostage for a crime I did not commit. These are my conflict issues and my reason for asking to go pro se. As always, thank you for your time. Signed, Letecia.